starting your business versus launching it. So you decided to join this company. You filled out an application and invested your money. Now what? Well, it's time to get started, or maybe time to get started over from scratch. But what's the difference between starting and launching? This is simple, but powerful when understood. The difference is slow versus fast. And the important fact to note is that this business is way easier and more effective to build fast than slow. Matter of fact, it's a lot easier and more fun to build fast than slow. This is a momentum business, and the faster it's built, the easier it is to create and maintain momentum. Let's explore. If your goal is to present your opportunity to 20 people, which of the following strategies is best? Number 1, sit down and present to each of the 20 one at a time over 20 days. Or 2, invite all 20 to a 1-hour presentation on one day. Of course, everyone's going to agree that number 2 is by far the best strategy, but why? First, it saves 19 hours of your time through leverage. Second, compresses time frames so you make more money faster, which is a better story. Third, creates synergy by building in waves of people. Fourth, you're teaching leverage to those you recruit in the process. And fifth, your business will grow exponentially instead of by addition one at a time. So by launching your business, you spend less time, earn more, and you set in motion a ripple effect that will multiply these results and help you become a top earner in your company. What you do duplicates. If you start slow, so will your team. If you launch, so will your team. Half of the training of your new recruits already happened in the process of them signing up. What they saw you do with them, they will do with their prospects. A good example of starting versus launching would be a plane getting ready to take off on the runway. Let's say this plane is getting ready to leave Los Angeles and fly to New York. At the end of the 2,000 feet of runway is a patch of trees. The plane needs to get lift and get up over those trees. So let's say the pilot goes about 25% throttle. Will it make it? No. How about 50% throttle? No. How about 70%? In these scenarios, that plane will be smashed into those trees. Only at 100% throttle will the plane get off the ground and into the sky. Once it's up to the cruising altitude, only then will the pilot throttle back to say 60%. If not, the fuel will not last and the plane will go down somewhere around Missouri. You see, a plane needs to go all out to start its journey, but it cannot continue at that pace forever. It doesn't need to, nor does your business. Let's talk about momentum. Momentum is hard to get and easy to lose. It is best understood when you think of the plane in cruise mode. Much energy and fuel was spent getting the plane into flight, but once flying, it takes far less fuel to get to your destination. Your network marketing business will be the same way. A sudden burst of consistent energy will launch you, and then applying a constant but lesser effort will sustain your growth and your income. And at future intervals, you can surely add new bursts of energy to go to new levels. Another analogy to convey the importance of being consistent in your business efforts is the water pump. To get water out of a deep well with an old-fashioned water pump, you start pumping the lever. You pump and pump and pump until the water finally starts flowing. Once the flow starts, it takes less forceful and less frequent pumps to keep it flowing. And the water will keep coming as long as your hand keeps the lever moving. That is exactly true to form in your network. At the beginning, it's your hand on the lever pumping hard and fast. Soon enough, you can ratchet back a little, but you cannot let the water retreat back down the pipe. Eventually, once you've developed some great leaders on your team, you will be able to put their hands on the lever to keep the flow going so you can have more time freedom without your income flow stopping. The great thing about momentum is that it can make an average networker like me look really good. Even if you're not a master at this business, momentum fills in your gaps. It does much of the heavy lifting for you. So the takeaway is this. Once you have some momentum, do whatever you must to keep it going. At the first sign of momentum, double up your efforts and your communication with your team. The fatal mistake 95% of networkers make is thinking that their business starts rocking, that it's okay to let up off the gas pedal expecting the business to just soar to the moon. In actuality, that's when your most promising work really begins and your efforts should be doubled or tripled.